Alright guys, welcome back. We are wrapping up day 2 on Dale Hollow. You guys have seen a couple of videos in the past. This is a trip that we do every year just before Thanksgiving. This year's been a little bit different. The weather's done some interesting things. So typically this time of year we're looking at air temperatures in the mid 40s. Water temperatures hovering somewhere in the low to mid 50s. You guys have heard me talk in a previous video about figuring out if the bass are going to be on a shad bite or if they're going to be on a crayfish bite. Typically, we check a couple spots where we know where we know the bass are going to have shad schooled up. Relatively shallow. Dale Hollow is a very deep lake. Depth relevant here, so shallows 15 to 20 feet. If that doesn't work, if they're past that point, we can usually hit some of the bluff walls, throw football jigs like you've seen us do before. This year has been a little bit different. You can see I'm dressed differently than what I have been in previous videos this time of year. It is unseasonably warm right now. It's in the low to mid 60s. The wind's blowing pretty good, so we still got hoodies on. But the water's sitting at about 63 degrees. So good takeaway from this is don't pay attention to the calendar anytime you go fishing. Pay attention to the trends in what the lake's doing. Right now the lake's fishing like it would mid-October. So we spent the better part of yesterday looking at a lot of our spots, a lot of our typical winter spots. Picked off a few, a couple nice smallmouth, but didn't really get on any type of pattern. Very late in the day yesterday, I got on a massive school of bait in about 45 feet of water, thousands of shad, fair amount of smallmouth around them. Couldn't buy a bite. We ran everything that you would typically run for that, and I could not buy a bite on it. So came out this morning and we chased that bite a little bit more. Picked off a couple, but just couldn't really get going with it. So back to what I said about pay attention to what's going on in the water, not the calendar. I backed up to some of my spots that I typically would hit early to mid-October. And as you saw in the video, we got on some good ones. We're fishing main lake grass flats. You guys have heard me talk about fishing grass before. Dale Hollow is not a grass lake. There is some flats that have soft bottom and have patchy grass. That's where we did most of our damage. The two tools that we use for that. One that is a absolute standby on Dale Hollow, and that is the big swim bait. This is not a numbers catcher. This is a size catcher. This is a 5.5 inch swim bait made by True Bass down in Alabama. These are my absolute favorite swim baits. That problem is called 99 Problems, made to imitate a gizzard shad. We'll run them on anything from a 3/8 ounce head all the way up to a 1 ounce. It just depends on the depth, the current, the wind, things like that. Most of what we were fishing here was in that 18 to 22 foot range. Half ounce head works perfectly for that. The key is keeping them just to where they're ticking the bottom. Not getting them hung up and not running them so far up in the water column that you're going to not be in front of the fish. Ran a little bit of jerkbait. I have a love-hate relationship with jerkbaits. I love fishing them. I also think on a body of water like Dale Hollow, they are overfished a lot. These fish have seen every jerkbait that's on the market. I caught one smaller one on that, but nothing to really brag about. The nice ones that I caught, I went outside the box. So for you Dale Hollow guys who follow the channel, you know that I've spent a lot of time on this water. I used to live nearby here before work took me to Alabama, but I brought a very old school smallmouth technique out, something that you've seen us do on the Great Lakes. It also will work on Dale Hollow, and that is the old school tube. These are the same ones that we've thrown on Lake Ontario, that we've thrown on Lake Erie, and everywhere else. 3.5 inch green pumpkin coffee tube, 3/8 ounce trocar head. They make tubes in every color imaginable. My opinion is a green pumpkin tube has caught more smallmouth than anything else. Using the exact same techniques that we did on Ontario, finding the flats, and just basically easing the trolling motor or drifting. Not a dead stick drift like you saw us do on the St. Lawrence. You definitely have to work the tubes through some of this grass, and there is some wood on these flats that you will get hung up on. But yeah, so the fall bite is still to come on Dale Hollow for you guys who live nearby here and are going to get to experience that. Best of luck. They're starting to push shad out of the deep water. If the weather cools down, you're looking at probably another 2 to 3 weeks, and that shad bite's going to be on. Right now, they're in a weird transition stage where we've had a couple cool nights, but then it's warmed right back up. So bite windows are key right now. We'd catch 2 or 3 of them real quick, and then go a couple hours without a bite. But you guys who fish Dale Hollow know what that's all about. So should be going to Guntersville here soon. We'll definitely get some more content out. You guys know I haven't been on YouTube in about 6 weeks. Fished a tournament early October and came out of the launch, made about 300 yards and tore the lower end off the boats. Saw a log in the water, missed the log, and found the rest of the tree that it was attached to. So Mercury runs great, but doesn't do well when you hit trees with it. Shout out to Hideaway Harbor in Alabama for being the absolute best boat repair shop I've ever experienced. Any of you guys in Alabama who need anything done to your boat, go see those guys. You will not be disappointed at all. They went out of their way to make sure I got back on the water as quickly as possible. But any of you guys who have dealt with that know that it's still a time-consuming process. As quick as possible was still 6 weeks. So we're back in action, heading to Guntersville here right after Thanksgiving, and then we'll be chasing big spots on the Warrior here all winter. So thanks for watching, and as always, like and subscribe.